Hello friends, I have been talking about power of compounding to my investors, stay invested, stay disciplined, but somehow this message is not getting reached investors in the right spirit. So what I am trying to do today is I am trying to show a live example of a fund which has completed all this crash in the last 25 to 28 years, and I will just show you the growth of this fund with a live example. Let us look at the table now. I am talking about a very moderate Flexi Cap Fund which is neither aggressive nor defensive, which takes exposure across large, middle, small. So this fund was started in September 1998, where the investor started with an SIP of 10,000 rupees, where usually, as you know, whenever a fund gets launched, the NAV is at 10 and amount divided by NAV is always a unit. So the total units he has accumulated is 1000 and the valuation is 10,000. Let us look at the journey of this fund. Yeah. So this fund has doubled its NAV in 1999 within 1 year of launch, where the 12,000 has become 1,20,000 has become 1,91,000, which is very fine. But let us address the major thing, which is the first major roadblock the market events has happened. In September 2001, as you know, the World Trade Center has collapsed. There was a twin tower attack which has happened. Across the world, the market had tanked. This market volatility actually was there for the succeeding some 4 to 9 months. In that period, if you look at the number of units what the investor used to get is much more than what he would have got when the market is stable. See, in those, that is in September 99, he got 423 units, whereas after that month, he got 506 units, 512 units, and he keep getting more and more units during the market fall. So after that, the market has recovered, and now even at the 5 years of launch, you would have seen the fund has hit 52, which is a new landmark for this fund, where the power of compounding started showing shortly. Let us look at the fund's performance again. So I will look at one more major event during this fund journey, which is the 2008, when there is a huge equity upswing in the market. This fund has reached 100 NAV also, and it has started doing well. And then we had the major crisis which eventually hit the world, which is the Lehman Brothers crisis. During the crisis, what has happened, I will just show you. If you can look at during the 2008, that Lehman Brothers crisis, that AAG crisis which has happened, the subprime crisis of US, the entire financial markets collapsed across the globe, and India is also not an isolated market, and the fund has dropped and the markets have collapsed and the NAV started falling down. So immediately you see that once the NAV falling down, for a disciplined investor who is more worried about the market, who has been staying invested for 10 years, instead of worrying about it, actually he bought more units, which is the result of buying more units, and the cumulative units have actually gone up in that period, and the cost of the unit purchase price has come down drastically, which has helped him to accumulate the wealth. And in 2009, the market has hit a new low of 116. If somebody has panicked and exited there, he would have only got 3 times of the value. He would have lost on the power of compounding. But this investor has been investing consistently and he has stayed invested, which is very, very important. And by doing that, he is reaching new highs. The NAV has become 200 and then it has become 300. And then we also, as you know, equity markets will never go in a straight line. It will always have the period of volatility. I will talk about the next major event which has happened, which is that in India there is a change in the government. So there is a good amount of euphoria also happened. So the NAV is also started going up. It has hit a new NAV of 400. And then we had the demonetization and other things which has happened in the subsequent period, so that you will see that the NAV has fallen to 400, 420. And as you always know, the amount of units what you get is always on the higher side. And in 2017, there is a good bull run across the world, and India has also participated. So the NAV has become 600. After that, we started experiencing crisis once again. we all know what is that crisis is. That is the COVID crisis, which has hit the entire world equity market. So from there, if you see, the NAV has actually dropped by more than 30-40%. But the good thing is that the number of units the client used to get has become much higher. This is where the compounding happens, and many investors during COVID has exited the equity investments in panic, thinking that that is the scenario, but that is not the case. See, the recovery took only 3 to 4 months. After that, the market started recovering from March 2020 to July 2020 was the crisis period. After that, things have actually fallen in place. The funds have come back. The world is investing in India. Indian equity participation has also gone up. And what this has helped? This has helped the fund to reach a new NAV of 1000, which is a historical landmark in the year 2021. And then in 2022-23, we all know that we had some crisis, which is the Russia-Ukraine crisis, where once again the fund has fallen down during that period, but it has not fallen to that previous extent. It is only fallen to the recent high. That is the most important thing. Whenever a market falls, if 100 rupees, 10% fall, it is 90. It is not from 100 rupees to 50. That you need to be always be aware of. And then in 2024, the fund also hit a new market when there is a euphoria in equity markets. And currently we are in 2026. And in this entire investment journey, if you look at the total investment done by the investor is 3,33,000, and the entire corpus what is generated is 6 crore and 75 lakh. And the most important point is that the investor has invested only 4.9% of the principal, where the remaining 95% is the return. This is the power of compounding. So why I want to show this long example is that equity markets will never go in a straight line. You will have so many events happening, whether it is the Russia-Ukraine crisis or the ongoing West Asia crisis or the any other crisis. During the crisis, you get more units, and when your goal is much longer, you should be more than happy to invest rather than the other way around by redeeming it. I hope this example, which is a pure Flexi Cap Fund, which is neither very aggressive nor defensive, it is in the median range, has generated this much of wealth. Just look at the other funds, how much of wealth it would have generated. So my humble suggestion to you is, whenever market falls, don't get panic. Think, consult with an advisor and get this insight and see how your portfolio is doing and whether you are near to the goal or whether your goal is faster, and make the investments accordingly. Thank you.